Welcome to lesson 83 of Numbers and Operations, Scientific Notation, Part 3. As I've said in other videos, please watch all the videos in a series. It just makes sense that they all go together. Please watch my welcome video and intro to Numbers and Operations. They'll give you a rundown of how this channel is laid out and specifically how this playlist works. So, thank you for watching this, and let's get into it. All right, our objective. Okay, so it's the same thing as the other previous videos. So we're going to just remember, if there's no decimal point at the end of a number, it's understood to be at the end. Okay, so writing in scientific notation, we had to count how many times we move a decimal. That becomes our exponent. So we just write our 7.51 times 10. So that's how I'm going to start. Because the base of a number in scientific notation must be between 1.0 and 9.99, whatever, however many nines you have. It cannot be smaller than 1 and bigger than 10. So we moved 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. And however many times the decimal has to move, that is our exponent. And scientific notation is good for dealing with very, very large or very, very small numbers. So I think 751 billion is a large number. Okay, so again, this negative is telling us that the decimal has to move to the right. So we're going from scientific notation to numerical form. So we take 1.34 and move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces to the right. Put a 0 on the humps. And we have 8 zeros. So decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 134. And that's a very small number. Okay, example 3. Express answers in scientific notation. So now we're going to have to add and subtract. So we're adding. Since these are the same base, I can just go ahead and do 6.9 plus 5, which gives me 11.9 times 10 to the negative 6. But there's a problem. I can't leave it like this. So I'm going to convert this out to decimal form to show you what the new number should be. 11.9 moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. And to make this 1.19 times 10, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 10 to the negative 5th. So we've actually lost a place value. It seems kind of weird, but if you have to do these types of operations, please just go ahead and add the bases, convert it into a decimal, and then transform it back into scientific notation as what we've done here. Okay, for this one, we're going to grab our trusty TI-84 computer. And so I'm going to show you how to enter this in. You're going to type this just like I write it. So the left parentheses is over the 8. You're going to do 3.65. And what you have to do is hit the second button, which is a blue button, and comma. Over top the comma is an E in blue, and I'm using specifically the TI-84. The comma button is right over top the 7, and it says EE in blue and J in green. So, or E, no J. The second function brings up all the blue buttons on a TI-84, and the green alpha button brings up all the green functions on a TI-84. And then you just hit 12, because EE means times 10, a scientific notation. So second, comma, this is a comma, like the punctuation mark, the one with the EE and a J on the top, and you just hit 5. And if you type this in, the calculator knows that any two numbers next to each other means multiply. So I'll get the answer for it. And so on the calculator, it gives us 1.7155 EE 18. And so we're going to convert this into scientific notation. So it's 1.7155. EE means times 10 to the 18th power. So when you want to enter scientific notation, you don't have to worry about doing all that. There's another way of doing it. It's a little bit longer. I think the double E button is much faster to deal with. And that was our last example. So I will see you at the end of this video for the recap. Okay, so this number is less than 1 because it starts with a 0 here. So we're just going to count. How many times do we move the decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you got 5.89 times 10 to the negative 8. All right, so problem 2. This is in scientific, and going from scientific, a positive exponent means we're moving right. So 7.123, we move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put a 0 on the humps. That was 5 zeros. So 7, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros. Put our commas in. So 712,300,000. Okay. So now, every exponent is the same. So let's do 9.2 plus 6.4 minus 2. And 9.2 plus 6.4 is 15.6 minus 2 is 14.6 times 10 to the 8th. Oh, but we have a problem. We can't have a number bigger than 9.9. So this has to be 1.46 times 10 to something. And so let's write this out in standard form. And we got to move it 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8, 8 again. Okay, so this should come up over one more time, and we can see that if we go start at the right and go left, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this becomes 10 to the 9th. So we actually added 1 to our exponent. And then for this one, I would just use my calculator. You could have used your calculator in the last one, but we didn't. So again, left parentheses, 6.714, second comma, which you get a little e, and you type 11, close the parentheses, hit the division sign, which is a backslash, left parentheses, 6.3, second comma, 6, close the parentheses, and you'll get 106,571.4286. You get a lot of numbers here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all of the numbers after the decimal, and we're just going to deal with the numbers bigger than 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 1.06571 times 10 to the 5th. And we told you in a long time ago in an earlier video, you really want to round off to the thousandths place. So we're going to get some practice rounding, which is 3 numbers after the decimal. So let me write this out for you. So these are the buttons on the calculator you hit. You hit left parentheses, which is over the 8, 6.714, second comma, 11, close the parentheses, hit the division sign, left parentheses, 6.3, second comma, and these are separate buttons, so you punch all these in individually. The second and a comma means times 10. 6, close the parentheses, hit enter. And that's how you would type it out on a TI-84 calculator. Other scientific calculators, the buttons should be similar. They may not be exactly the same. So thank you for watching this video. This was the third one dealing with scientific notation. Now we're going to move to more operations dealing with scientific notation, even though we started some here in this video.